Okay. And then I'll mute Debbie. So I have a really, I would call it significant quotation here from it. It's just off a tea bag, but it's a yogi tea bag. So it applies. But it says, patience gives the power to practice. Practice gives the power that leads to perfection. So I believe that's talking about the asanas and practicing our yoga poses. So patience gives the power to practice. So we're patient when we do our practice. And that gives power to our poses and to our bodies. And then practice gives the power that leads to perfection. So we're perfecting our poses as we practice them and deepen into them. So I just thought it was a cool way to look at it. And so we're going to practice patience in our yoga this morning. So everybody, welcome, welcome. And I'm glad you're here. And we will do this meditation, but we'll save it for a little bit into the class. And I don't know if Debbie heard it when we were talking before, but on the back of the flyer that I have that gives the technique for this, it's a Kirtan Kriya, and I'll explain that later. But on the back, it shows the actual music because you're supposed to sing these Kriyas. So we're going to sing this morning. But it's, we have the mudra and the mantra. So I thought that would be fun to do this morning. It's a 12-minute meditation and it really clears your mind. So we're just going to start with our, excuse me, our usual centering. So come into easy pose or your half lotus, whatever you choose to use for your centering. And grow tall in your spinal column, emulating the trees. Create your sacred space around you. I need to grab a little water here. I feel a cough coming on. Excuse me. Just allow yourself to let go of superficial stress. If you've had any stress throughout the week, Friday's a great day to let it go and start the weekend with clarity and calm. Bring your awareness to your breath. And with your hands, we're not sealing anything in just yet, so we don't need our mudra, but your hands, if you want your palms up, that's where you're attracting more spiritual focus. And then if your hands are down, it's more grounding. So you choose which way you face your palms. Focus on your breath. Notice your shoulders as you sit, and notice too if you're leaning forward or if you're straight and tall. Sometimes ambitious people lean forward, bending forward in the hips, and um, it's not wrong. It's just more better if you're sitting straight for the energy flow. And check in with your mind, your thoughts, and emotions. Notice what's going on. And check in with your physical body for sensations, the messages from your body to your mind. And after reading our little quotation, patience gives power to practice. Practice gives the power that leads to perfection. We'll just affirm to ourselves that, let's see, I commit to a practice with patience. I cultivate patience in my practice. And then bring palms together. We'll attune to breath. Just breathe arms up overhead. Deep breath. Breathe out as you lower your arms. So we can repeat our affirmation as we lift our arms and breathe in. Just mentally say, I commit. As you breathe out to cultivating patience. I commit to cultivating patience. I commit to cultivating patience. And one more round. Breathe. All right. We'll start with our snake sway. Just start at your hips, taking them over to the side and roll through your spinal column, all the way through your neck, and just roll side to side like seaweed in the ocean, or like a snake as it slithers through the grass. Just release any tension that might be stuck in your spinal column. your back muscles, your hips, and your internal organs. We're going to add our arms, so just lift your right arm up towards your ear as you breathe. Other arm as you go to the other side. And the next time you come over to your left, we'll come into a hold and reach, lengthen through your fingertips, rotate so that your spine, your heart is facing forward or lifting up a little bit. You can use your palm or you can come all the way down onto your forearm for this part, whichever serves you best. Stretch away from your hip. Now take your arm in a couple of circles each direction. Reverse. Back into your side stretch. Now bring your right hand onto your left knee and press up and scoop on the diagonal. Scoop out with your left arm. Breathe it up and lean to the back, still holding onto your knee. Stretch back. Come back to center. Reach up. Breathe. And bring your arm around behind you for your twist. Working with your edge. I cultivate patience in my practice. Patience with myself, my body. Press down in your sitting bones and bring your left arm back up and come around to facing front. Switch your feet. And we're going to come up and over to your right. Breathe and come over for your side stretch. Lengthen fingertips away from your hip. Open the heart, lift, look up under your arm. Relax into the stretch. I cultivate patience. And now take that arm around in a couple circles each direction. Reverse. Just letting any tension drop away, melting off with the heat of your motion. And come back into your stretch, reach. And then press up. Bring your hand down onto your right knee and scoop your right arm out. Breathe and lift and press back into an arch. So you're facing the leg, you're on the diagonal. So just reach up and back. If you have long arms, you'll have a longer stretch, right? Come back to center and reach up through your fingertips. And then come around for your twist. Use your arms for leverage. Look over your shoulder. I cultivate patience in my practice. Now press down in your sitting bones, ground into the earth, and then lift your right arm up to your ear and unwind around to front and center. Let your legs out. Shake out your knees. They've been folded for a while. You can give them a little massage if you like. Some movement in your legs and hips, windshield wipers. And we'll loosen in the ankles as we circle around. And reverse. Okay. And just a nice stretch in Dandasana. So press the back of your legs against the ground. Palms are near your hips. Draw your shoulder blades down. Lift your heart center up. Lift in your crown. The feet are flexed. Now bend your left knee and bring your leg out to the side. Bring your left arm inside and just press and come around and bring your shoulder towards your knee or towards your calf muscle and just stretch that way. Bring your elbow under your leg if you want to, using that for leverage. Feel the little twist in your low back, in the hip, the waist. Now come forward and bring your foot in a little bit more. Bring your elbow even further under your leg. See if you can get your shoulder close there. And then just lift that leg up with your arm. Bring it up. See if it'll come over your shoulder. Just a stretch. Now reach your hand inside your heel. Just going to take it out to the side and stretch it away. We'll bend and straighten a few times, so loosen in the hamstrings, in the back of the knee. So breathe, stretch on the exhale. Good. All right, now take that leg out to the side, come over onto your right hip, lengthen out with the toes forward, press down in your palms, bring your right leg in, cross the foot over and just press up onto your hands and come into your side plank. Reach up through your fingertips. Legs are active, muscles working, core muscles. Lifting, pulling in and up. Feel the openness here. Now bring your hands together down onto the mat. Let your hips down. And take your legs out in front. Shake them out again. And bend your right knee. Bring the knee back. Bring the foot back. And just press against that leg and come into a twist. Just turning in the torso. Just feel that twist in your waist, low back. Now bring the foot in a little closer. Bring your arm underneath your leg. Reach up under the knee. Now you can let your foot out a little bit. See if you can get your shoulder towards your leg and then lift your torso up. You might be able to bring your leg up over your shoulder here. If not, just on your arm is fine. Just stretching up, loosening in the hip. It's a modified rocking the baby. Now reach your right hand around, grab your heel or your ankle, and lengthen out with that leg. Take it out, straighten the knee, pull it in, breathe. Stretch as you exhale. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out, and hold the leg out in that stretch. Okay, so let that leg down, stretch it out. So you'll be coming onto your left hip. Reach out through the leg. The toes are facing forward. Bring your hands onto the mat over by your left hip and slide your left leg over. Press down on your hands. Cross your foot over the top of the foot on the floor and come into your side plank. Legs active, hips active. Draw your core in. Feel the strength and patience to hold your pose, your side plank. And bring your hand down. Both hands are on the floor. Bend your knees, let your hips come down, and circle around in your wrists, just knees vertical for a moment or two. Reverse your circles. Press your palms forward and then turn them under. Turn your knuckles under. Press the wrist forward and flex and stretch, flex and stretch, and circle around a few more times. And then bring the energy down into your fingertips by squeezing and opening. Good. And swing your legs around to the back. We'll come into puppy stretch. Feel the opening in your shoulders. Lengthen in your spinal column. And we'll lift up and we'll stretch the front of our body. Just on your knees. Allow your hips to sink forward as you lengthen away from your knees. Engage your hip muscles slightly to protect your low back and just pull away. Feel that stretch in the front of your body. Now separate your knees slightly and then bend your knees. Just bring your feet in towards your head. Lift your head up and arch back. Let your legs back down. Bring your knees and feet together. Lengthen out, bend your elbows. Bring your arms against your ribs and set your pubic triangle on the mat. Press down for your cobra. Lift your chin, shoulder blades down your back. Keep elongating in the spine. Elongate. And press down on your palms, lift your hips, pull back into child's pose. Round out your spine. Arms next to your legs, palms up, thumbs by your ankles, and relax. Now, if you prefer, some people really enjoy the stretch when you separate your knees and let your torso relax down in between your knees. So welcome to work with that if you prefer. All right, now bring your palms on the floor next to your face. Bring your knees back in if you had them out to the side. Slide forward onto your forearms. Turn your toes under and come into an elbow plank. Stretch through your heels. Lengthen from your heels to the top of your head. So feel your abdominal muscles here. We're going to strengthen a little bit more here. These flowers smell so good. Now let your knees down, pull back, press your palms down. We'll come into our downward facing dog. I'm going to turn sideways for this one. And just lift your hips up. More stretching the heels down. Now come into up dog, which is on the tops of the feet. Bring the chest through, engage the hips. The legs are off the floor. It may look like they're on the floor, but they're lengthened. Roll up and over your toes, back into down dog. And walk your feet in, separate your feet, and we'll open our hips. Just press side to side. Lengthen once again from your hips up through your crown. And this is just such a good pose. We do it almost every class, but come down into Malasana, press elbows against the knees and draw the thumbs to the heart center. I cultivate patience in my practice. I cultivate patience all the time. But here is a place where we can focus on the principle of patience, the quality of patience. All right, release your hands down to the floor and lift your hips up, toes forward, ragdoll, or you can press into head to knee pose. And soften your knees. We'll come up into standing. Just bend your knees, arms out to the side. Push the floor away. Lift arms up overhead. Reach up for a standing back bend. Elongate, elongate, elongate the spine. Press down on your feet. Push back up, palms over the heart. Feet together. Pause. Just acclimate to being upright. All right. So hands on your hips. We're going to be going beyond the mat. So just watch your stability on whatever floor surface you have. So just standing in the center of your mat, We're going to step, it'll be your left leg out front, bend the knee, push off, take it out to the side, bend the knee, push off, take it to the back. You'll be bending the front knee, push off, and back to the front, push off. And we'll repeat with the other side. So your right leg forward, bend the knee, push off, out to the side, bend your knee, push off, to the back. The front knee will bend, push off, and once again to the front, bend the knee and push off. Good. Now taking the left knee or left foot forward, just stretch out into warrior one legs, hands still on the hips. Just find your warrior one legs, feet. Lift up out of the hips, especially on that right side. Breathe, arms up overhead. Breathe out as you lower down. We just loosen up a little more as we hold our pose. And down. Breathe up. I cultivate patience. And last time we'll hold up. Stabilize your pose. Press through the back heel. Relax down a little deeper if you can. Reach up and back. Come back to center. We're going to pivot into warrior two. So just press down in the back foot. Open the body to the side. If you need to adjust your feet, take time for that. Open the front knee. Straighten the front knee. We'll come into triangle pose. Breathe and extend up through your crown. Press down in the hinge of the front hip and reach out over your left leg until your body won't go any further. Then hold your body there and switch your arms. Open the chest, open the heart, look up. Relax into the pose. Continue to press in the hinge of the front hip and lengthen so that your spine is straight and not curved. It's not about reaching the floor. It's about stretching that front leg and forming the powerful geometric form of the triangle. Reach up through your fingertips, press down in your feet and lift. Breathe out into warrior two and reversed warrior. The back hand comes down onto your leg. Reach up with your left arm. Continue to open the front knee and the back hip. Come back to warrior two and continue on down. Bring your fingertips or palm to the floor or hold on to your shin or ankle into modified lateral angle. Bring your right arm next to your ear. Rotate the shoulders forward. Press down in your feet. Ground into the earth. Lift your right arm back up into warrior two. Hold, breathe. Cultivate patience. Now breathe the knee in. Turn the palms up, lift the back heel, and rotate to the front. Bend your front knee into warrior one. Pull back and step it in, palms over the heart. Pause. Notice how it feels to be in your body right now. Do you feel lopsided? We did a lot of work on one side. See how that feels. All right, bring your hands back onto your hips. Soften your knees. You're going to step back with your left leg into warrior one. Let's find your alignment. Press through the back heel. And now breathe, arms up and down. I cultivate lots and lots of patience. I cultivate patience. I cultivate patience. And we'll breathe the arms up and hold, reach, lift up and back. Come to center, reach up, and we'll pivot into warrior two. And then breathe the knee in. Breathe out as you press down in the front hip and reach out for your triangle pose. Shoulders and hips pointing forward. And switch your arms. Continue. Press down in the hinge of the front hip. The left hip presses back. Heart forward. Now reach up out of your triangle. Bend the front knee into warrior two. Come into reversed warrior. Breathe. Hips and shoulders pointing forward. And come back to warrior two. And then lower down. Bring your fingertips, palms to the floor, or hold on to your ankle or shin. Come into modified lateral angle. Press down firmly in both feet. Reach up as though reaching for an invisible rope. Lift up out of your lateral angle back to warrior two. Palms up. Rotate to warrior one. Lift the back heel. Pull the front knee back. Inhale. Step it in. Palms together. You feel more balanced now after doing both sides? How is it for you? Just lift all your toes. Lift them up. Set them down one at a time. Start with the pinky toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big toe, 5. All right, now come down sitting on your mat. Come into a pose that you would use for meditation. This is Kirtan Kriya. It's a type of meditation from Kundalini Yoga. It's sometimes called a singing exercise. We're going to be singing, excuse me. And if you remember our Satanama movement through the mudra. So Sa is thumb and index finger, and we just go through each finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Okay. So in Sanskrit, a kirtan is a song. A kriya refers to a specific set of movements. In the Eastern tradition, kriyas are used to help bring the body, mind, and emotions into balance to enable healing. What do the sounds satanama mean? The mantra that is repeated is designed to be uplifting. The sounds come from the mantra Sat Nam, 2 words, which means my true essence. It is essential to use these sounds during the meditation. It is believed that the placement of the tongue on the roof of the mouth while making these sounds stimulates 84 acupuncture points on the upper palate. This causes a beneficial biochemical transformation in the brain. In addition, Western research has revealed that utilizing the fingertip position in conjunction with the sounds enhances blood flow to particular areas in the motor sensory part of the brain. Clinical research has shown that practicing Kirtan Kriya for just 12 minutes a day can improve cognition and activate parts of the brain that are central to memory. Replacing the Kirtan Kriya sounds with other sounds, or replacing the meditation as a whole with other relaxing tasks, has not been shown to be effective. So they're saying this is specific. The Alzheimer's Research and Prevention Foundation believes that the various parts of the Kirtan Kriya are each vital to the whole and recommends practicing it in the traditional way to fully reap the benefits of the exercise. That said, other methods of reducing stress, like deep breathing, listening to music, and other types of meditation, may be beneficial to your health as well. So when you repeat the Kirtan Kriya, the sounds, you're focusing energy in the form of an L. All right. So while your eyes are closed, with each syllable, imagine the sound flowing in through the top of your head and out the middle of your forehead. So this Kriya, Kirtan Kriya, keeps you busy. So you don't have time to think about anything else, okay? And it keeps you focused, which increases concentration. So with each syllable, imagine the sound flowing in through the top of your head and out the middle of your forehead, your third eye. So let's practice just that part before we start the song part. So bring your hands, you can have them on your knees, or sometimes I like to just have my elbows bent. So whatever works for you, that part they didn't address. So I'm assuming that it would be fine either way. So you can repeat out loud sa ta nama, changing the fingers, and focus the energy for each word, each syllable, in through the crown and out through the third eye. So sa ta na ma. So try it again. Bring the energy in through your crown. Sa and out the third eye. Ta in through the crown, out through the third eye. Na in through the crown, out through the third eye. Ma in through the crown, out through the third eye. Okay, so raise your hand if you're comfortable with that. Good. All right. So what we'll be doing, we're going to sing, and they actually have the notes on this exercise, and I'm going to play them on my flute. I'm hoping you'll be able to hear them. If not, I'll hear them and then I'll repeat them with my voice. Okay. So this is how it will sound. These are the notes that you'll be using. There's just 4 because you're using 4 fingers. Satanama, Satanama. Okay, so now we're going to put it all together. And excuse me, just 1 minute. I'm going to pull my clock closer because we time this. There's the time element as well. So you're going to sing in your normal voice. Satanama, Satanama. We do this for 2 minutes, and I'll be watching the clock so you don't have to worry about the time. Then for another 2 minutes, you whisper, you sing in a whisper. Satanama. Okay. And then for another few minutes, and I'll watch the time, you'll sound silently to yourself. Then we're going to reverse that, and I'll guide you through this. But remember, as you sing, Satanama, and we'll be going slow enough so that you can bring the energy in through your crown and out through your third eye. Okay, are you all right with that? Good. All right. So give me 5 seconds and we'll start. So start with the breath, focus on your crown. Now, Satanama, 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 Satanama. Now whisper it. Satanama. In through the crown, out through the third eye. Satanama. Satanama. Get a good breath. Satanama. Now sing it silently to yourself, and I'll bring you back to do the reversal. Just breathe, bring the energy in through the crown, out through the third eye. You're still using your mudras. we're going to bring back the whisper for a few rounds of Satanama. Start now. Satanama. 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 Now bring it back with your normal voice for a few rounds. Satanama. 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 One more. Satanama. All right, now just come down onto your back for a few minutes of Shavasana. Let go a little bit more now. No holding. Relax. Now start to become aware of your body. Notice the level of relaxation you have achieved. Does your body feel heavy with relaxation? Or do you feel lighter with relaxation? But start with a deep breath and lift your arms slowly up overhead, back to the floor, all the way back. And just stretch like you've just woken up in bed and you're ready to meet the day. Pull your low back down into the mat. Flex and stretch your feet. And then on your next major exhale, bring your arms back to your sides and lift your knees up to your chest. Stretch it in. You're welcome to lift your head to meet your knees if you want. And then roll to one side and press up into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra. Sealing in the benefits of your patience and practice of yoga. Generate the feeling of gratitude that we have these techniques from ancient days, proven to be effective and beneficial for our health. And just bring palms into Anjali Mudra, still feeling grateful for these bodies, for these minds, and for spirit. Namaste, everybody. Enjoy the day.